Hello everybody and welcome back to another fictional airport update here. This is a new fictional airport that's coming to the channel just because the last one was just too small for what I wanted to do. This one would be a little bit too big for what I want to do though because I don't really have enough jet bridges or anything to fit the amount of gates that I have at this airport. But this is a fictional airport based in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's called Knoxville 86 International Airport, 86 being the year that Expo was held here in Knoxville. So that's that reference. Since we couldn't get Expo in Minnesota, I might as well make an airport with the name of an Expo in it. So this airport is, again, divided into 3 terminals. We got Terminal 1 over here. This is Terminal 2, and then Terminal 3 is over there. And also with like the same United hub and stuff, but just a little bit different than the last one. It also just allowed me a whole bunch of more room to fit stuff in because the last one was really compact, and now that I have this new roll that's wider, I can just like expand this out a whole bunch more, fit a whole bunch more gates in, but I also don't have enough jet bridges to fit all of them, and so that's why it will be, we don't have enough jet bridges to put it at all the gates right now, but maybe one day we can rectify that, get some more jet bridges in here. I have 20 of them, but definitely need more than that for an airport of this size, obviously. Yeah, I guess I'll quickly go over the terminals right here. This is Terminal 1. This has United, Allegiant, JetBlue, and then Air Canada, and then all of the Star Alliance International Airlines. This is Terminal 2, which also has Star Alliance International Airlines, but, well, all the international airlines in general, and then Sun Country and Hawaiian. And this is Terminal 3, which has WestJet. I don't know, Flair does fly here, but I don't know which terminal we'll go to yet. But it has WestJet, we can see there already. It has Delta, Southwest, Frontier. Frontier is this is a focus city for them, which I don't really have a whole lot of Frontier for now, but the ideal will be there, and I will get more Frontier models for this airport. So eventually this will be more of a proper focus city for Frontier, but it is a focus city for Frontier Airlines. And Frontier, Delta, Southwest, and WestJet, I guess, they all are in this little pier thing right here. And then over here, in this one, we have Spirit, American, and Alaska. Also, Breeze Airways flies here. I guess they're also in Terminal 2, the international terminal. And, well, subject to change. They might move over to here, to this first little bubble, I guess. But this is roughly where the gate placement's going to be. These updates will be quarterly, because that's pretty much, I never really totally like doing fictional airports, but you guys seem to like me doing them, and I could really muster like a good one up every quarter. So that's kind of the plan for this. And then this is kind of just an experiment to see how this airport goes. If you like this airport, I think it's a lot better than the old one, even though we don't have markings or anything, just because the last one was too small, really, for me to really do anything with. And this one has a whole bunch of more space for planes now that my collection has grown, so that can fit an airport of this size. So this first update, and also we're not going to do like the hourly, like every update was an hour later than the previous one, because that got kind of stupid. So this one is going to be just like a random time of day. So this one is kind of like later morning, and so that is what the aircraft that we'll see here. But we will get it started, as we'll pan it over to our first aircraft over here, which is this JetBlue A320. This one is just pushing back for the service out to JFK. Our next aircraft here is this JetBlue A220-300, which is going to be heading out to Boston Logan today and also arrived in from there. Here's an Allegiant A319. This will be heading out to Destin Fort Walton Beach, and this one arrived in from Orlando Sanford. We have United 737-800 back there, and this one is in from Miami, and it will be heading out to send this one out to St. Louis. We have a United 757-200 back there. That one arrived in from Chicago. We'll be heading out to Phoenix. This United A319 right here arrived in from, let's say, Cleveland, Ohio, and you'll be heading out to Providence. This 737-900 right here is in from As you can see, I didn't really plan a whole lot of these routes here. We'll say this one is in from, comes to my mind here, Salt Lake City is kind of sticking out, so we'll say it came in from Salt Lake City. And, you know, I changed my mind. This one is in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and it will be heading out to Austin. Sure. Here's this United A320, which arrived in from Atlanta, and it will be heading out to, send this guy out to Cincinnati, Ohio. And then here we have this United 737 MAX 9, which arrived in from Boston. We'll be heading out to Chicago O'Hare. And this United 737-700 is in from Jacksonville, Florida, and it will now be heading out to, it's not my strong suit of U.S. geography. This is heading out to New Orleans. Why not? The next aircraft here is this United Express E-175 operated by Republic. This one is currently taxiing in after arriving from Richmond, and it will be heading out to Tallahassee. No, they don't fly to Tallahassee, sorry. No, that'll be heading out to Pensacola. That's a little bit more accurate. Here we have this Air Canada A220-300, which is in from Toronto. We'll be heading back out there. United Express CRJ-200, this is operated by SkyWest, and this one is in from Little Rock, and it will be heading out to Springfield, Illinois. This E-175 is operated by Commute Air, and is in from, what is in this area? This one is in from Louisville, Kentucky, and it will be heading out to, what is in this area? I as you can see, this is not my strong suit in the slightest. The southeastern U.S. We'll say Memphis, Tennessee. That's probably a little bit too small of an aircraft for that. But this United Express CRJ 550 is in from, say, Annapolis, Maryland. I hope they have an airport there. And this will be heading out to Wilmington, Delaware. I'm going to need a better one for that one. And here we have this United Express E-170, also operated by Republic, and this one arrived in from Nashville, and it will be heading out to Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll say this one actually came in from the Piedmont Triad Airport in Greensboro. That's a little bit more accurate. Oh, I forgot about this Air Canada Express CRJ-900, which arrived in from Montreal. It's heading back out there currently. We also have the U.S. cargo apron over here. So we have the MD-11, which is on the turn from Louisville, and the 767, which is on the turn from Chicago Rockford. Here we have this ANA 777-300 in the Star Alliance livery, which is in from Tokyo Narita. We hang out to Tokyo Haneda. That is something that they do at Chicago, so that's kind of funny. I'm keeping that from my previous fictional airport. Here we have this United 777-300 doing a domestic service today. This one is in from LAX, and now we'll be heading out to Denver. The flight in from LAX was, it came in from Honolulu to LAX, then passengers could stay on the aircraft, and it will continue out here. And then our next aircraft here is this United 787-10, which is in from Tokyo Narita, and it will be heading back out there. Eco Skies and the 737-900. I'm blocking the light by getting this shot right here, but this one is currently taxiing out. This will be making the flight out to Miami. Here is the Avianca A321neo, which came in from Bogota, and it will be heading back out there. Our next aircraft is this Ethiopian 787-9, which is in from Addis Ababa via Rome, and it will be heading back out to Addis Ababa. The next aircraft here is this Korean Air 777-300, which arrived in from Seoul Incheon, and it will also be on the turn, of course. Then we have the Japan Airlines A350-900, and this one is in from Tokyo Haneda, and will be heading back out there. So we have 3 daily Tokyo flights, which is pretty nice to see right there. Then here is the Hawaiian A330-200, which is in from Honolulu, and it has just been pushed back. This is about an hour and a half late, but it's currently taxiing out, or about to start its taxi out for the service out to Honolulu. This Delta 717-200 is taxiing out for the flight out to New York LaGuardia. The WestJet 737-700 arrived in from Calgary, this one arrived from Toronto, heading out to Calgary. We have the 737-800, which is in, this one is LaGuardia. The 717 is Atlanta. That's right. And then we have the Delta 737-900, which is on the turn from Detroit today. Here are the Southwest 737-700, which is in the Colorado 1 livery and arriving from Tampa, and it'll be heading out to Chicago Midway. The MAX 8 is in from Dallas Love Field, and it will be heading out to Denver. 737-800 arrived in from New Orleans, and it'll be heading out to Houston Hobby. This Delta A319 right here arrived in from Minneapolis-St. Paul, and it will also be on the turnaround. Here are this Frontier A320 Neo in the Baja the Whale Shark livery. This was in from Denver and will be heading back out there. The Frontier A321 in the Cubby the Bear livery arrived in from Fort Myers and is now going to be heading out to Cancun very soon. And then here is Poppy the Prairie Dog right here. And this one arrived in from Trenton and is now pushing back for the flight out to Orlando. Spirit A320, this one is in from Atlantic City, and it will be heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth, DFW. And actually, we'll get the Spirit A320 Neo right here as well. This one arrived in from Orlando as well, and this one will be making the service out to, let's see, we've done a lot of New Orleans. This will be heading out to Houston. Here we have the DHL 737-800, which is in from Cincinnati, and will be heading back out there. And this FedEx MD-11 is on the turn from Memphis, of course. Here we have the Southwest 737-700 right here in the Heart livery. And this one has arrived in from Baltimore, and it'll be heading out to Kansas City. And then now moving into the American gates right here, we have a pair of 737-800s. The one without the logo on the winglet arrived in from Miami and is on the turn. And the one with the logo on the winglet arrived in from Chicago O'Hare and it's on the turn. We have the Salmon People Alaska 737-800, which is on the turn from Portland today. And then we have, finally, the American Eagle E-175, which has arrived in from Washington Reagan National, and it will be heading back out to Washington National. And that is our final aircraft for today. So, hope you enjoyed this little sampler. These airport updates should get better in the future. This is just kind of a trial. So if you guys do like this video, and a whole bunch of you watch it, then this airport will be back. It is kind of a difficult one to set up, as with all fictional airports that are big. But this is at least a whole lot easier to include a whole bunch of aircraft in than the last one. And this new format will also make it that easier to do. I think this airport looks a whole lot better, and I mean, it'll be easier just to include a whole bunch of aircraft, not worry about like times of day or anything. Just throw a whole bunch in there and kind of make a mess out of it. And that's what we did today. And I think it worked out okay. I need to work on my United routes a little bit because there are a whole bunch of regionals out there that definitely need to get a little bit better. But that is a different story. So thank you all for checking out this airport update today. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this new airport, this new little style here. That'll do it. So I will see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.